Hello, 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 hello. I'm just going to share my screen and if I can find it. If anybody can see me or hear me, please can you give me a thumbs up, tell me where you're from, and lovely to see you here. Just let me double check that I am live on here. I think I need to present this. Oh, it's not doing what I wanted. Stop share just now. Having issues with Wi-Fi just now, so fingers crossed we are able to go all the way through. Anybody here, can you give me a thumbs up, please? Just let me know in the comments. I can see a hello, lovely. Hello, Michelle. How you doing, darling? Good to see you here. Oh, what a carry-on I've had trying it with Wi-Fi today. It's been an absolute nightmare. So fingers crossed we get there. I'm just looking to see. So you can see me okay, Michelle? Yeah, you can see me okay, honey? Right, now we will share my screen. How do I do that? Here we go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And just to let me know, Michelle, can you see this screen okay to start? Yeah, can you see this for me? Hidden energy connection with you, your pet, and the planet. It's an amazing, amazing massive, I do say so myself. Yes, good. Right, let's go. Let's go. So I create the Oracle Code where we work with our own energy, our clients' energy, our pets' energy, and our planet's energy. And this is what this is about. This is about what to look for. So hopefully you'll get something from this masterclass about either yourself, your pet's energy, or the planet's energy. That is my intention for you today. So this masterclass is for education and empowerment, not medical advice. Always consult a vet for physical health concerns, and what you learn today complements professional care and enhances your pet's well-being. So let's dive into what really affects your pet's health. So, and drop a yes in the chat if this is you, so that we can see. So the big problem, and maybe why you need the masterclass, is have you ever felt helpless when your pet's unwell, but the vet just doesn't have any answers of what's wrong with your pet, Or those vet bills are skyrocketing. Even a basic checkup sometimes can cost hundreds nowadays. And what if the issue isn't even physical? But what if the issue was a root cause of something much deeper? Something energy-based that traditional medicine just overlooks? Yeah? Let me know in the comments if that's a yes, if you have that issue. Let me know. Because I see this as a big issue with people who have pets, have friends who have pets. Their vet bills are skyrocketing, even a basic checkup, feeling helpless as well when your pet is unwell, but the vet really has no answers, doesn't know what is going on with your pet. And what if a deep connection with your pet was actually their way of asking for help and you simply didn't realize it? What if it was that? There was a deeper connection, an energetic thing going on here. Because that's what we find. Is this you? Type me if it resonates with you. You may feel helpless when your pet's sick. I know when I used to have watch my friends' dogs or pets, tortoise and what have you, and when they were sick, you really feel helpless because there's nothing you think you can do, or you think you can't do, but there actually is, and I'm going to show you today. Or you sense an emotional bond but don't know how to deepen it. There's you feel the emotional bond, but it's just, how can I get that even deeper? Yeah. Or sometimes the emotional bond is skewed. The pet is there's a fear within the pet because of maybe there's been a trauma in the pet's life or something like that. Or you want to unlock your pet's and Earth's hidden energy system, because we're going to do that today also. Yeah, who's all up for that? Yes, let's go. And so what makes us different? Well, traditional vets, God bless their soul, they do an amazing job, but they treat symptoms and sometimes not the root causes. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying this for, if your dog's got a broken leg or your cat or what have you, there's something structurally wrong with them. Of course, you need your vet. Yeah. I'm talking about when the vet has looked at your animal and they can't find anything wrong. There's nothing wrong. You've spent hundreds and still you cannot find what's wrong. That's where I'm talking about here. Or there's behavioural training. Most miss the energy connection. We have a wonderful top practitioner who is an animal behaviourist, and the energy now that she uses being a top practitioner is instant. She gets the energy of exactly what's going on because of her intuition and her being able to read the energy. She's able to do that. Yeah. So this masterclass, it locks the missing piece, the energetic piece, the energy work at its most powerful quantum healing. We're going to unlock that today. So this is it. This is Sonia, who I was just speaking about, and her dog, unfortunately, in the middle of play, Harry squealed as he was running, and she knew he's hurt his leg. From that day, had a limp, so she made sure she kept him on a lead. Now, this masterclass was created last year, I'm sure, but not because of the limp, but Harry, because he was old, now has crossed over to the rainbow and continually connects to Sonia as well. So sending huge love to Sonia. But actually, with his limp, from the day that he had a limp, she kept him on a lead, didn't let him run around for a while, but it wasn't getting any better. So we used energy work. We used real deep energy work that we use in the Oracle Cord Practitioner. And basically, he no longer had the limp. It was gone. And the vet to her was the last alternative. As you can see, she says, I cannot thank Anna and practice enough for the love. Harry no longer has a limp, and I was so overjoyed as it was really weighing on my mind, and the vets for me was the last alternative. So, but what we did there was an energy that was around Harry that was causing the limp not to get better. And we decoded the energy, released and deciphered what was going on there, and released that energy that was stuck within the energy field that created the healing for Harry. And it was almost instant, the healing for his leg. So what you're going to walk away with today is a step-by-step guide to energy healing for animals, a deep understanding of how pets absorb emotions, because this is really, really rife of what animals are doing with our energy and what we are doing to their energy with our emotions. The key to unlocking your pet's hidden energy system, and an exclusive offer to continue your journey after the masterclass. And the last time we did this masterclass, and I don't think I've even changed anything from it, we had quite a few sign-ups of Oracle Core practitioners because they really wanted to help the animals and the earth and also themselves. And this is what we'll go into later. So why you need this? One, you need to be more aware and you need to have that connection. So you need to understand how your pets are absorbing the human energy and the emotions and recognize that unseen emotional and energetic bond between yourself and your pet and the people that surround your pet. Yeah, because you've got to take that into consideration as well. And then we have step 2, where we have, oh, no, I went too far there. Don't know what happened. I must have took something out there. We have the Energy Healing Foundation. So we'll learn the basics of quantum energy healing, the pet aura system and how stagnant energy affects the health. Step 3 is practical healing techniques. We're going to get you to use those healing techniques if you've got your pets around you. So we'll experience a guided energy exercise that's interactive live scans and hands-on techniques to shift energy and promote healing. Step 4 is we will unlock advanced healing methods using the Oracle Code, a tool to decode the heal and heal pet energy. And step 5 is we'll deepen and sustain transformation. So integrate long-term healing practices, align with planetary energy, and continue your journey in pet and self-healing. Who's all for that? Give me a big thumbs up if you're all for that. Why should you listen to me? Who am I? So I'm a multi-award winning spiritual teacher. I've been in the entrepreneurial space for over 30 years. I've won many, many awards for energy healing, spiritual guidance, entrepreneur, design of the year, holistic therapist of the year. What else? Outstanding excellence in care. So many others. I can't remember them all. I'm an international best-selling author of 3 books. Been guest appearances in 2. Energy healer and business mentor, as I say, 30 years in business. And I have mastered many, many certifications of energy healing. And I've worked with real masters in their field, Rinpoches in Nepal, shamans in Peru, Native Americans in California, US, Druids in Scotland. I've been right to the core of all different modalities. I've seen things with the naked eye that defies logic, that has no explanation, so of what the invisible world actually does. I'm creator of the Oracle Core Practitioner. You'll hear more about that later. It's a unique system that's bridging energy healing, intuition, and self-mastery. So it's showing you how to decode and decipher the energetic fields of the person, the pet, the earth. Yeah. And we have 30 years of experience, as I say, blending entrepreneurship, deep shamanic practices, and intuitive work. Like lots and lots of experience. Makes me feel old, that's what it does. Okay, so why you need this? This is what we've that was a slide I was looking for. I don't know how that other slide got in there. So we've went past that. I knew that was there somewhere. Okay, let's just go farther. Love it when stuff happens like this. So let's go to step 1, awareness and connection. So what we're going to do here is we're going to understand, and this is going to be exponential. I'm going to get you to do a few things. So we're going to understand how pets absorb human energy and recognize the unseen emotional and the energetic bond between you and your pet. Yeah? Who's all up for that? Give me a big thumbs up. That'd be absolutely amazing. So, why does this matter now? The world is in bloody chaos. That's why it happens just now. So think of all that energy that's going on, that fear mongering, the wars and whatever else is going on here. Animal, not even our health is shifting, but animal health is shifting too. More pets are experiencing stress, illness. Think about when it's fireworks night and how stressed your pets get when that happens. Well, that stress sticks in their body. Yeah. Or what about the global energies changing? Just as I've said, your pets are sensitive to that. The ozone layers, they're sensitive. What about when you see your pets? It's like they look at something or they jump or they do something, and you think, what the bloody hell's going on with you? That's energy. There's energy that your pet can see that you can't see. And you're the key to their healing. You've got to heal yourself, then you'll heal them. But there's more about that later. Yeah. So there's a hidden energy bond, and understanding that energy bond is your pets mirror your own emotions and energy. So their owner, if you're a very stressed out, very angry, overwhelmed, kind of person, your pet will feel that, and it'll have a knock-on effect with your pet. Same with the other thing. If you're in depression, you're maybe suicidal, you're really low in yourself, your pet will also feel that too. Yeah. It's madness how it works. It really is. When you understand energy and you see the energy bond and how that actually goes, it's madness. So there's unseen energy influence, their health, that's around their health, their mood and their behaviour. We're going to speak about that. You're going to actually feel some of that in a minute. And you're going to recognise the bond is the first step of the healing, just the way that we do that within the trajectory of that energy bond. And energy imbalances in pets often reflect, as I say, your own stress and emotions. It really does. And we've got to have that responsibility of having agency with ourselves, but also allowing the energy and clearing the energy of our pets. We're able to clear the energy of ourselves, but do we do it with our pets? Most people, they don't know how. They just don't know how. So what I want you to do is I want you to just breathe, and you don't need your pet here at all. It's good if they are, but you don't need them, because if their pets are there, or a certain pet, you'll find that they'll feel this, they'll notice this. Yeah, definitely. So I want you to just breathe and close your eyes and just take a few big deep breaths in. And just connect to the spiritual cord that's above the head. And just allow the energy, expand the energy, bring the energy in to the heart space. And just take nice big deep breaths in and out. And just keep expanding that energy. Yeah. And just keep breathing. And now what I want you to do is, I want you just to focus. Now you can do this either on your pet or you can do it on the earth. Don't do the two at once, do one or the other. So if you have pets, focus on your pet. If you don't have pets, focus on the earth. Doesn't matter which there. And I just want you to focus, don't focus on more than one pet at a time, just the one pet. And I just want you to focus and just feel their presence, feel their energy. And I just want you to just see, are they restless, calm, anxious? What is it you feel? Beautiful. Nice big deep breaths in. And now what I want you to do is, as I say, the pet doesn't even have to be there. But it's good if they are. And now what you're going to do, if they are there, you're just going to allow your hand maybe about 4 or 5 inches above your pet. And if you're imagining the pet, just imagine that your hand is 4 or 5 inches above. So you're going to place your hand near them or visualize them. And what you're going to do from the nose of your pet, you're going to scan around their energy field. And all you're doing is you're just feeling the energy. So you're going to notice the warmth, the tingling, or the tension. Because what this is doing is indicating the energy flow within your pet. So 4 or 5 inches above your pet. Beautiful. Just very slowly from the nose all the way along. Now I'm imagining a pet that I know very well. And I'm just doing that. And you could actually even feel it in your body as well as within your hand. And I could feel a restriction coming over the power center, the energy center. I could feel there's a restriction in the power that the pet is actually, it needs to be, it needs to run this pet. It's been cooped in too long. It just needs to run to release energy, which is actually quite true, actually, of this pet. So in the chat, tell me what you experienced. Did you sense your pet's energy? Did you remember and connect? What were your insights? So just let me know in the chat. That'd be amazing. How that went. It's a beautiful practice. We're going to go a wee bit further than that. We're just, we're getting a thumbs up. That's good. So did you sense the energy? Did you feel the energy in the hand? Did you feel the energy in the body? Let me know. Warm and tingly, yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's nice to feel the energy, isn't it? Anybody else? Elizabeth had warm and tingly. And did you have any insights over that energy that you felt also? Felt her energy and felt she's nauseous? Good. Warm and not sure. Mm-hmm. Now, even my hands are going, because we're doing energy work. My hands are really, coming out because of me just imagining that particular dog and me scanning, because I know there's healing that needs done there. There's energy work that needs done there. So both my hands are activated for it. Yeah. Sad, I think Francis said. Yeah. It's really interesting how we work. So we're going to learn the basis of quantum energy healing. It's not your pet, yeah? Get it? And we're going to learn the basics of quantum energy healing and the pet aura system and how stagnant energy affects the health of your pet. Let me know in the comments. You're up for that? Let's do that. So how to understand the energy healing for pets. So everything's energy. Every single thing in the world is energy, including your pet's emotions and health, and behaviors. It's all energy. And pets in the energy have an energy field, an aura that interacts with their environment. Have you ever seen where you've seen pets and they are, you see the owner and you see the pet and you think, oh my God, they actually look very similar. It's because of the energy match. That's why you think they look very similar, because there's a similar energy match going on there. Yeah. Pain on the left front shoulder. Very interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Very interesting. And so quantum energy healing works beyond the physical body. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean to say that it's not there. So blocked or stagnant energy can cause illness, it can cause stress, and it can also cause behavioral issues. Yeah. And as I say, I know behavioral people who work with behavioral dogs and animals and horses, what have you, they all say the same. That there's a stagnant energy. When they understand the energetics, they say, "Oh my God, I can't believe that this is," and the things that they come out with just blows your mind. Yeah, horses are really good. So this is how energy affects not just your pets, by the way, but animals in across the board. So a healthy energy flow, it's happy, it's vibrant, and your pet is really active. The animal is active. However, if it's blocked, there's a stagnant energy, an anxiety, there's an aggression, or there's unexplained health issues, that's there. And people just, take them to the vets, and the vets can't find anything. There's a blocked energy going on there. And the causes of the energy blocks there could be trauma, it could be stress, or it could be that they're absorbing their owner's emotions, the emotional tension that's going on with the owner as well. Not just the owner, with the household, where the pet is specifically with all the time. Yeah. Now and what we do is, on a quantum level, is we help restore the energy and balance and harmony of the animal or the land, and if you're doing that within yourself and your pet, you're helping the land. They all go together. Everything is connected. We all go together. So how energy healing works, we have 4 bodies: the body, the mind, the emotions, the soul. Yeah, and each of those represent different things. So the body is, what happened there? Don't know what happened there. There should be three things there. The joys of technology. It's been great today. So the body is about, is the organs, bones, all the inside of the physical body, even the skin, the flesh. That's what the body we're talking about there. The mind is what's going on within the psychological of the animal, because the animal thinks. Think about it. How many people say, my animal talks to me? They know what I'm saying. They know what I mean. Yeah. It's amazing how it works. Emotions. Have you ever seen that your dog, when you're maybe down a wee bit, your dog will come over, or your cat, even your horse, and they'll sense that emotion within you, and they'll try and pep you up. It's like they try and lift your emotions up. But what actually happens if we stay there is the pet absorbs that energy. It just absorbs the energy. Yeah. And then it can go into behavioral issues, it can go into energy issues within the pet. And then we've got the soul balance, what's actually going on at a spiritual level with the pet. And usually that could be the pet has been with you in a past life. It's been with you, with your ancestors in a past life. It could be that there's a connection there that there could be something that needs to be connected. It could be something that needs to be solved. It could be something that needs to be transformed. There's so many different things that energy healing works with. Yeah, if you're an energy healer, you'll know that yourself. So we're going to, in step 3, we're going to use practical healing techniques so that we experience guided energy exercises. You'll have interactive live scans and hand-on techniques to shift energy and promote healing. So who's up for that? Tell me in the chat. Francis is saying energy around the heart area, felt thin images of running. Yeah, pain on the left front shoulder. Yeah, because you feel it when you're doing the scanning. Usually we actually feel it in the body, or we sense it, or we have a knowing, because we're very intuitive, gifted people. Yeah. So hands-on energy healing. This is what we're going to do today. So energy healing is an interactive process, and your pets, when you set an intention, your pets feel that intention. How many times have you, you've been in the same room as your pet, and in your mind you've thought about your pet, and your pet's turned round and looked at you? Like it knows that you've just thought about your pet. It's very intuitive, the pets. And what we're going to do is we're going to restore and learn guided techniques to clear stagnant energy. And they're just going to be very simple exercises that I'm going to show you what to do. And we're also going to scan, we're going to live scan and help and detect energy imbalances now in real time. We're going to do that so we can see what's actually going on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to help do hands-on healing, which promotes relaxation, emotional release, and physical well-being. And that's just not for your pet that you're doing that for. It's for the self as well. Because when you're doing the energy healing, and you're doing it correctly, and the energy is coming through you, and then you're coming through, you get a healing as well as your pet. Yeah, it's just the way it works. And you'll know if you're not doing it correctly. You'll actually feel drained, tired, quite emotional. You'll just be lethargic. You've used your own energy. You haven't used source energy. You haven't channeled that energy incorrectly to use the energy for that scan. So be aware of that if you feel like that after you've done an energy scan. You've used too much of your own energy and not source energy to help that scan to go. So who's all for that? Give me a thumbs up or some love. Give me some love, actually. Let the algorithm go so we can get some more people coming on, because people need to know this. They need to know this about the pets and our earth, yeah? So you're going to take, we're going to do an energy scan here. We're going to do the same thing. But this time, what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, we're going to connect to the energy that's always around us. We're going to connect to source energy. Yeah, I love that. Thank you, darling, for that lovely energy. So what we're going to do is, thanks, Ruby, beautiful. Thumbs up, love it, love it, love it. So what I want you to do now is I just want you to sit down with your back upright, and you're going to take your attention to the spiritual cord. Every single person has them. It doesn't matter if you think you're spiritual or not, because everybody is spiritual. They're just sometimes disconnected from it, because I know I was for many, many years. You're just going to take your attention to the top of your head, and there's a spiritual cord there, and you're going to widen the energy of that spiritual cord. Nice big deep breaths in. You're just going to bring that energy back to where it was. Some people's cords are very thin, some people's are very thick. The more that you work with this spiritual cord, the deeper your healing becomes, the deeper the energy balance within you also. So what I want you to do now is just expand that energy, the spiritual cord, and just imagine there's a stream of energy coming all the way down through your energy centers. Because we're going to ground you. You need to be grounded when you're working with pets or the earth or anybody else for that matter. So we're just going to ground the energy right in and bring that energy all the way down. Coming all the way down your energy centers, coming through your hips. And just imagine that energy, because you're setting intention here, just imagine that energy is going in to the earth. Into the earth. And you're setting the intention that you're going right down into the core of the earth. And you're just bringing a grounding cord. There's a wee cord around your big toe, and you're just taking it into the core of the earth, through the rubble, right through. Nice big deep breath in. And as you bring that energy back up, you feel your shoulders relaxing. You feel your body relaxing, because now you're bringing the energy all the way up. And what I want you to do now is I want you to now bring that energy up, and you're going to actually bring the energy to your heart center. From your heart center, you're going to open your energy up. Just open it up. Nice big deep breath in. Now, if you don't know how to open your energy up at the heart space, what I do is I just imagine there's two doors, and I'm opening those two doors, and there's just energy flowing out the front and the back of the energy centers. Nice big deep breath in. And now what you're going to do, and as I say, it doesn't matter if your pet's here or not, you're just going to place your hands near, not on. You don't place your hands on the pet because you're feeling for the energy. But you're just from the nose again, whether the pet's there or not, you're just going to scan and feel their energy, and you're going to go right down to the tail. Now you can go over the body and the 4 legs. You can do that too, whether it be your cat, your dog, horse, whatever it is. And what you're going to do is you're just going to notice for any warmth, any tingling, any cool spots, any pain. Someone said they felt nauseous. That's energy. And we're just seeing where those energy shifts are. Yeah. And just keep sweeping that energy. That's it. Nice big, and always nice deep breaths as you do that. Nice big deep breaths. Now don't be attached to anything you feel. You're just scanning at this point. You're just using gentle sweeping motions to clear, because now you're setting the intention that you're clearing the energy that you feel, and you're giving it back to source energy. And when I clear energy, I sweep it, I bring it off, and then I flick it. I imagine a green light, or you can imagine a fire light, a red light, and I just flick it into that light. A good thing if you're doing it as well is a bowl of salted water to flick the energy into that also as well. But we can just imagine a green or a fire red light, and we're just scanning that energy. We're just bringing the energy, that stagnant energy, and we're just flicking it off the pet. So Francis said, stomach energy thin. I heard a yip. Pain in the front right quarter between where the rib and the right leg join, back at the sides before the legs, thinner energy. Yes. So now what you're doing, Francis, is you are just smoothing that energy by sweeping motions, always coming from the head to the tail, always in that way. Yeah. And there's a reason for that. Feels like flow's restored. Beautiful. Beautiful. And just do it a couple of more times just till you get that energy total and flow. Because now what you're going to do is you're going to focus on sending calm, loving energy through your hands and through your heart so that you can restore balance within that energy field. And just observe, how is your pet responding? Are they relaxing? Are they yawning? Are they stretching? Are they moving? Are they looking at you? Your hands are still tingling? Yeah. If your hands are still tingling, just keep moving that energy. Just keep moving the energy off the pet. And flick it. Flick the energy. Beautiful. And let me know in the comments, how did that go? Now, sometimes it can take just a few minutes. Sometimes it can take half an hour. Sometimes it could take an hour. Depends how much you need to go. But usually about 10 to 20 minutes is usually about the right amount of time. But there's no right or wrong. It just takes as long as it takes. And you'll feel it. You'll feel that when the energy is restored, because there's a flow there. Yeah. So let me know in the comments, guys, how do you feel there? What's it like now? With that beautiful energy. Francis said, my hands are still tingling. Feels like flow, yeah? Yeah, Elizabeth saying she's lying down, looks totally relaxed outside. Yes, because it is. It's a calming energy. It's beautiful to watch, actually, how it actually does that. And sometimes you'll see them even roll over. You know, they'll actually put their body to where your hand is. My friend, God bless his soul, with old age, just like Harry, have passed away. But what he used to do every time I went to my friend's house, he would. I mean, we used to laugh about it because she was a nurse of. She was actually a sister for many years. Very good at her job, and she used to laugh at the way that Stan would come in, and he would always back his it was always his left side of his hip he would back into my hands, and my hands would then start to activate. And I would say to her, he has arthritis in his back hip, and that's why he keeps coming in to get a healing. My hands would just activate. I didn't even have to set the intention. He would just back into my hand, and it would activate. And that's what will happen when you keep doing this. It will just activate. Your job is just to restore that energy. Yeah. Your pup's fast asleep, Ruby. Amazing. That's amazing. Love that. Love that. So what we're going to speak about now is unlocking advanced healing method using the Oracle Code. That shouldn't say Sphinx Field, but the Oracle Code method, a tool to decode and heal pet energy. Now, is it okay if I speak about this? Give me a big thumbs up, love hearts, and what have you, because I'm going to speak about the Oracle Code Certified Practitioner, because we've got something after this that we're going to finish with. Is that okay? Just let me know in the comments. Give me some love. And what have you. Now, some of you have heard about the Oracle Code Practitioner. Some of you are even on the Oracle Code Practitioner and going through the training. If you're going through the training, give us some more love. Yeah, big love, Ruby. Good, thank you, Ruby. Just waiting on a confirmation there, somebody to give me that thumbs up. Michelle, she's a thumbs up. She's a heart. She's one of our amazing practitioners, so she is. So what we do in the Oracle Code Practitioners is it's time to remember why you're actually here. You know, what we do in the Oracle Code practitioners is we actually use this energy to decipher, decode the energy fields of the spiritual, the emotional, the psychological, and the emotional holograms. So when we go to, and if you have went to a healer and you have went and got healing done, I know I have, certainly. I've spent a lot of money on my craft. I've been to a lot of healers. You know, had a very adverse childhood and now live a beautiful life. I'm in Bali currently. I travel the world as a digital nomad. I've been in 70 countries in less than 3 years, you know. Gave everything up to live my dream. Now, if you'd have told me that even in my 30s, 40s, I'd have just laughed at you and went, no way. Yeah. And it wasn't until I was in my 40s that I actually went on this this healing journey, because I knew there was things within me that just weren't right. They were closed. There was a deep disconnection. On the outside, I looked to a lot of people very successful, but on the inside, I was anything but. So I would go to these healers and basically it would be okay. You know, I'd be fine for a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden, it would be back, whatever it was, but it'd be even worse. So I'd have to go again. You know, it was a constant. I was always searching for that person. I think. So I picked up a lot of skills along the way. You know, spending over 350K on, and it was I was spending it on a craft. I was spending it to find the magic, to find. I knew there was something that I just wasn't getting. And I found that. And so we do the hologram healing, which is a powerful energy mapping system where we decode the 4 bodies. Because what happens when the healing in Reiki, we're just going into the energy system, the emotions, maybe touching the spiritual, but we're not looking at the physicality and we're not looking at the psychological. Hypnosis, we're looking at the psychological and maybe emotional, but again, we're not looking at the spiritual or the physical. So, there's one or the other. This actually looks at the whole human or pet or earth as a whole. So we're helping decode, showing people how to decode the energy systems within the pet or the body. Now, you just really had 5-10 minutes of decoding the energy of your pet, and what you got in that 5 minutes, was there was a lot of things came through that you picked up. Well, what we do is we show you how to really channel, be that hollow bone, allow yourself to see the paradox of who you are, because if you're feeling this thing in the unconscious, there's something else. And is it balanced, especially if you're getting triggered all the time, if you're in victim all the time, if you're blaming everybody for what's going on in your life. It's all about having agency with the self, accepting responsibility, and actually putting your energy to a wider capacity that you can actually live your mission, your purpose, by helping others, the pets or the earth. Yeah, so that's a very small part of the hologram healing. And then we have med beds, which decodes an energy imbalance. So what it does is it reveals hidden stress, trauma, blockages that we go into the central column of light, which every single person has a soul grid. And when we go into the soul grid, we can actually pick up things that you don't even know that's going on. It could be from past life. It could be imprint traumas from your ancestral line. Everything about you is in this soul grid, and it's up to I show people how to decode that, how to get the information coming through. And the med beds is these energy that comes off the central column of light, and it molds these holograms. And it's an amazing spiritual technology. We use science-backed information coming through because I have a master's in psychology. I have a diploma in advanced hypnotherapy. I have a diploma in meditation. In fact, I've got a lot of certifications. Breathwork practitioner, that I've collected, pranic healer, Master Reiki, Master Sikhem, all these things. And what I've done is I've brought them all together for what is a really powerful healing modality. And we also have in the purification, so there's 4 pillars. We have the alignment, the awareness, the purification, and the creation. And each pillar, how it works is it goes through. So the first pillar is all about you learning about yourself, you learning how to connect to that source energy the right way, you learning how to look for these 4 holograms. And then in the second, we actually are looking at how you're working with those holograms. What it's telling you. It's like a traffic light system, and what those colors within the energy, what it actually means. And then we go into the purification round, which is where you're actually, we're looking at your DNA. We're looking really at the core, and we recalibrate the DNA from a spiritual level within the med beds, because we would then bring the med beds in here, and with the help of your spirit team, the Sirius light bodies, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians. Yes, it's woo. Yes, it's scientific, and it bloody works. You know, it really does. As I said, I've got massive clarity of what is going on in the invisible. Do I know everything? I wish I did, but I certainly don't, because it keeps coming through more and more. But I've seen so many invisible things within that defies logic. It defies logic. You know, I've been round the world training with world-class leaders, and that's blew my mind of how the hell how does that even work, of how energy is actually working. Yeah, I always say, think of Doctor Strange, how he does with the energy on the mountains. You know, it's amazing. That really connected with me. I got that, and also you're connecting to pets, yeah, to the planetary shifts. You're connecting to the universal energy flow and that quantum dimensional healing. And we go into the creation round, and you're looking at why you're not creating the things that you want to create. What's distorted? You know? And it shows you when you have distortions, what's actually happening within the energy of anything. Anything. You know, it really is a real powerful program. It is lifetime access. You know, you pay once and that's it. It is accreditation. It is IPHM accreditation. It's been in over 450 international media outlets in all different thingy. We've just been in the media again about the Oracle Code of what the health system is. They're not looking at the core, the root of what's going on. They're just looking at the symptoms, and obviously the big pharmas are it's all money orientated. This is all about getting it right at the core, not just for the self, but for the animals and for the earth, because we're all connected. You know, so the methodology, it bridges the gap between the spiritual healing and practical application. So there's what's happening is they're providing a structural yet intuitive path for energy work. So although it's structured, there's room that it goes that you make it your own. Yeah, and it includes med beds, hologram healing, DNA recalibration, evolution chakra technology. It is a new healing technology of all the things that I've picked up, what I've been downloaded with energetically, and this is the creation. And we have this beautiful oracle wheel where we have this ecosystem of the energy that slots in. You know, I'm not going to go too much into that because it'll kind of blow your mind, because it blew my mind when I really seen that. So as I've said, the first pillar, there's 4 pillars that we transform, is spirit. We align, we connect with your spirit. We show you the best way to connect. We energy map, so we identify blockages in your pet's energy field, your energy field. We reveal emotional, physical, and spiritual imbalances that's going on there. Then we go into the awareness, quantum healing techniques. So you're using advanced energy tools with hands-on healing, visualization, meditative energy shifts to restore balance. And we use the energy of the invisible. This is what makes it so powerful. And then we go into the ancestral, you know, with this purification. We align your pet's energy with natural planetary rhythms, helping them feel more